What's going on, Danny? I see you. What's going on, Ashton? I see you, little buddy. Hello? Hello?
Yo, what's going on, eh?
Hey, yeah, I already saw it, man. I'm going live. I'm gonna hit you back.
Oh, you live?
Yeah, I already saw that, man. I don't care about that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you back.
Alright, I'm gonna go on live.
All right.
Nah, I'm gonna be on the live stream. I'm gonna go live.
What's going on, Carvin Rogers? I see you. Do right lawn service. What's going on, Christy? What's going on, Steve? Salathiel. What's up, Randy? King of Shine. Who is that? I don't know who that is, Randy. Okay, what's up, Shimmer Rods? What's up? What's up, Jay and I? Yeah, yeah, I remember that video, Carvin. Yeah, I made a video that was probably about a year ago. Yeah, it was a year ago, man. I made that video, just work with what you have. Yeah. What's going on, HLW? HLW Lawn Service. What's going on? I think that's the first time I've seen you on this chat. What's up, man? Glad you could join us. Appreciate it, Carvin. I appreciate that, man. Okay. I see you, HLW. James Edwards, what's going on, man? It's kind of cool. We had like it was like misty all day. It didn't rain, but it was misty all day. But tomorrow should be a little better. Hey, y'all, hit that like button on your way in, guys. Tap that like button for me. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Where you located, HLW? Hey, what's going on, Tolies? Yeah. No, I haven't seen Dallas paint correction videos. I'm gonna check it out. I've heard of I've heard of that channel. I've never watched it though. I see you, Parjar. I appreciate you for stopping by. Yeah, man. It's this grass still it's still green. You know, some yards are still growing. You gotta advertise, Danny. You gotta advertise, man. Postcards, business cards, social media, word of mouth, and most importantly, be seen. You have to be seen. That's the biggest thing. Like if people actually see you working, you know, I get people approaching me all the time. Appreciate it, Salathiel. Appreciate it, Randy. Appreciate you guys. Well, I would me personally. I know people who go door to door. Me personally, I wouldn't go door to door. Um, get you some flyers and you can put them on mailboxes. And that's how I started out. I started out putting flyers on mailboxes. I got maybe I want to say I got like like 5 or 6 clients that way, and then actually going out to those clients' houses and doing work, then people, you know, people passing by see you stop, ask you for a card, ask you for an estimate, and it just snowballs. The best thing, Danny, man, is that if you have a Facebook page, if you have an Instagram page, you know, you can promote yourself there. You can take pictures, you can do videos, and promote yourself that way. I mean, it's getting to a point where there's no way around it. You can go door to door, but if you go in a nice neighborhood and you're going door to door, sometimes they'll call the police on you. If you're putting flyers on mailboxes, sometimes they may call the police on you, but I did it and I got away with it. Like I would put flyers on mailboxes, and someone may need some services. They'll give you a call that way. Or another thing that you can try, you can you can actually go to office buildings, clinics, banks. Try to target places with women, because from what my experience and from hearing the experiences of others, they say that women are their biggest customers. So you want to target area where there are women, you know, offices, places like that. Go there and pass out your business cards, pass out your flyers, offer to do free car washes, get your own car, take your own car to a parking lot and clean it. Have your girlfriend to bring her car. You know, it's a lot of ways you can advertise, but I'm telling you, most of all, it's being seen doing work, not just being seen, but being seen working. That's excellent, man. I see you, Jay, in our lawn care. Have a lot of low ballers. Oh, you in El Paso, Texas. Okay. Yeah, your market is probably saturated. Yeah. Yeah, I used Tide laundry detergent. Chris Williams. It's the first time I seen you on here, Chris. What's going on? What's going on, James Amerson? I see you. All right, HLW. I see you. What's going on, Antonio? I see you. I see you, Damage Control. What's up? I see you, James. What's up? Right. Well, it can be easy, once you get your experience in, it can be easy. All right, guys. Got y'all all in here, man. What's going on, Carvin? I use Tide. Tide. I was trying something different. I was told to try some Tide, and I was working on my own truck, so I was getting some practice in when I did that video. I used some Tide. It worked pretty good. I normally like to use, like a degreaser or something like that. But well, I know one thing. It smells good, and I can still smell the smell now. Sometimes you clean carpet, and if you keep the doors closed, especially if it's hot outside, you have that mildew smell. I've noticed that it smelled a whole lot cleaner than usually when I clean carpets. Appreciate it, Carvin. I appreciate it. What's going on, Big Z? You know what? Now I'm looking at these names. I forgot a lot of names on my shout out, man. I'm sorry about that. I forgot a lot of names. I see like two or three I forgot to say. I didn't mix it. I just water and Tide. Yeah, but I got you guys all here, man. I want to talk about surrounding yourself. My video was about. It's pretty much about happiness, and I noticed that I've noticed that people who constantly are having problems or are constantly involved in conflict, they don't live happy lives. It's hard to be negative or it's hard to stay mad when you have a lot of positivity going on. When you have, when your kids are doing well, when your family is doing well, you're doing well, you're doing well in your career. You know, things may happen, but there's so many, you're surrounded with so many positive things that those little things don't bother you. And if they do bother you, it will only be for a little while, because while you thinking about that, something positive will come up. Um, yesterday, my wife called me, and she said one of her coworkers wanted my information, and she was saying that her husband works in with the with legislative, with in government here in my area, and he was wanting to know if I could come out and clean some vehicles, the same way I clean vehicles at another location. And I was like, sure. So I said, give me the lady's, give me her email address. I got her email address, and I emailed my contact information. Actually, I emailed my cards, my business cards through Vistaprint. And I mean, that was something that was positive, man. I'm getting phone calls. I'm scheduling, appointments, car wash detail appointments, lawn care appointments. So man, everything is on the another group wash. Yes, Randy, another one. So things are picking up, man, and this is actually what I asked for, man. I remember when I first started, I used to say things like, man, if I can only, make, if I can only make $100 a day, I'll be happy. If I can only cut 2 yards a day, or wash 2 or 3 cars, or detail 2 or 3 cars a day, I'll be happy. And then that happened, and it didn't take long for that to happen. And then when it happened, I was like, man, well, I'll be happy if I can make $150 a day. And then that happened. And I just kept working and kept working, and it just kept growing and kept growing and kept growing. And in the video I was talking about, I didn't go into detail, but I was kind of talking about my past, like when I was in high school, when I was in college, before I got in the military, during my military experience, and also doing also during when I was a police officer. That I remember, man, that it didn't take much. It didn't take me much to get mad. Now I never started anything with anybody. I never, I'm not the type of person that pick on people. I don't pick on anybody. But I was the type of person that if you bothered me, or if you did something that I didn't like, that I was gonna take some type of action towards you. That's the type of person I was. And I was always mad. But I was mad. The reason I was mad, because it was something inside of me that I wasn't happy with, And maybe it was because I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do, or I wasn't happy with certain aspects of my life. But I noticed, people say you grow out of it. I don't think you grow out of things. I think things happen to change to change the way that you think in your mindset. Because I truly don't think that you grow out of things. And now I'm more calm. I'm 39 years old now, and I'm more calm than I was. I mean, even 6 or 7 years ago. I'm way more calmer now than I was back then. So, you know, but I'm happier because I'm actually, for the first time in my life, I'm doing what I want to do. And not to say that the things that I did, I didn't want to do it, but it's like I got more control, I got more flexibility with what I'm doing now. I got control. It's like I got control over my destiny, and it's amazing, man. It's amazing. It's I can't even describe the feeling. You know, like I've never been this happy, man. I want to say the last 3 to 4 years of my life, man, I've been just happy. Like I don't get upset as often at phase when I'm not happy. I've been a people pleaser. How do I control that? Right. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, that's real, man. Like Danny, and I had that problem too. I would do, and that'll make you unhappy. That'll really make you unhappy. I had that same problem, and sometimes it's like you're, how can I explain it? It's a loyalty thing. That's what it is. Like, you're trying to stay loyal. Yeah, you're trying to stay loyal to people who you think are your friends. So you're trying to please them to show your loyalty. But in the process of pleasing them, you're doing things that you really don't want to do, but you're doing it just to please them. And you thinking that if you make them happy, then they'll like you more. And then all of you guys will live happily ever after. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. That'll definitely make you unhappy, and you can't do that. You can't do that because, trust me, those people that you're trying to please, most of them may not realize that, and it's not their fault. It's your fault. Most of them may not even realize that you're doing it. They'll probably just think you're a super nice person, and they'll take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Blake Lawn Care? I see you. Business and marriage, right? Yeah, man. I mean, because people, and some of it is on purpose, and some of it is indirect. Some of it is like subconsciously. If someone knows that you'll never say no, sometimes they're not really trying to take advantage of you. They just going to you because you that go-to guy. You never say no, so they're going to keep coming. They doing it subconsciously. Some of them are not doing it, but you got to put your foot down. And trust me, man. I hear this quote every time. I'd rather be disliked for who I am than to be liked for who I'm not. You get what I'm saying? So you just got to be yourself, and if you don't want to do something, you just don't do it. Don't aim to please people. It's only a few people that you should be trying to please, and that circle is very, very small, very small. So like the thing is that you can't be a good business owner. And another thing, I saw someone say, "Oh yeah, you should start by saying no." Exactly. Yeah, you should definitely start saying no. But at the same time, you have to be calm about the situation and make sure that you're not going overboard, because sometimes you can lash out at the wrong person, and that was me. That's what I used to do. I would like someone would say something to upset me, but I've held in all this stuff from other people. But this person who really didn't do anything that major will get what those other people should have gotten. So make sure you don't do that. And that's the thing. Like, that's why I say find yourself. Find yourself, because if you don't find yourself, and what I mean is find out who you are. And once you find out who you are, like if you have a bad temper, if you an asshole, if anything, just find out who you are. It doesn't matter, because you are who you are. If that's you, there's two things you can do there's two things you can do. One thing you can do. Yes, '05 out. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah. But here's another thing, man. Um, I know. I don't know if a lot of you guys, if y'all listen to hip hop, and it's not just hip hop. It's just it's just a new fad that been for the probably the last 10 to 12 years that everybody wants to say, "Boss, I'm a boss, bosses," right? And I see a lot of people say that, but I was watching a video, and I can't remember what video it was. I think it was a lawn care video, and I can't remember who it was. But this particular guy was like, he is not a boss. He said he's an owner. Owners hire bosses. So be careful with that word boss. I saw somebody say boss. I know what you mean, but um, be careful, because we're business owners. We own it. We hire. You hire bosses. I just want to throw that out there. But yeah, but work on your happiness. Work on your happiness, because there's a lot of people that are out here that are unhappy. Some of them are lonely. Some people are, having problem with spouses. They're not happy with their career. Anything. It's just a lot of things and people walking around here upset. So, what they do is, what it does is, it puts you in a negative mindset. Yeah. I see you, David Cologne. Appreciate it. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. Um, you're not happy with yourself, and that's not good. You got to be happy with yourself, because everything starts with you. Anything you do, when you get up and take one step out of the bed, when you brush your teeth, when you take a shower, everything starts with you. If your mindset is right, exactly. If your mindset is if it's hateful, negative, and you're unhappy, everything you do is going to be based on being unhappy, and that's a bad space to be in. That's a bad space to be in. And what's going on, Devon? I've been on 36 minutes. I don't know what you're looking at, but you can think you can see it at the top above. It says 36 minutes, Devon. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. I have two ears, one mouth. I should listen twice as much as I speak. Real talk. Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't sweat it because I don't want to carry a burden on my shoulders. I don't want to drag with negativity. Exactly. Keep it positive. Negativity is like a cancer that needs to be cut out. Exactly. I see you, Devon Morgan. What's up, man? Shouts out to the new wave, man. I'm looking at the names. I'm like, wow, I forgot a lot of names. And this new wave thing, I love it, man, because you got people that like I said in other videos, man. We got people that you can contact and talk to and get ideas and get ideas and converse with each other. And if you know somebody, if you got people who got questions about where do I go get insurance or where do I go get my business license, and some of you guys are finding out that y'all in the same states and in the same cities and close to each other. You have people that you got subscribers that actually got to meet YouTubers that's in this detailed community. And we're able to connect with them and brainstorm with them and talk with them, man. And that's awesome. And New Wave St. Louis, I see you, man. I'm going to write these names down so the next time I do a shout out, man, I can put y'all in there, man. The tongue is a powerful weapon. I see you, David. Yeah, man. But yeah, I was laying some Pine Star yesterday. Yeah, I was in I was laying some Pine Star yesterday, and I was just thinking about that. Like I was thinking about I had had any major conflicts in a long time, because man, I used to always blast off on somebody, just yell at them or what's up KG, yell at them, or sometimes coming to blows. And I was just thinking like that ain't happened in a long time, like what's going on. And I started thinking, and because I remember my mom used to be like, it's like you always mad. And so, I called my mother and I said, Mom, I said, remember you used to always ask me why I was so mad? And I was like, I was like, Mom, I don't think I was happy. That I don't think I was happy back then. That's why I was always mad, And, because, and I know why I was so, always upset, because, even though I was successful, like I was in the military, I was a police officer. I had, I got promoted real fast, when I was there. But I always felt like, I wasn't where I was supposed to be. Like I would, I would have to work double shifts. I had my part-time jobs and stuff like that. And I was, it seemed like no matter how hard I worked, that money was, I always had just enough to make it, but never enough to move to the next level. And I think, and that's what made me unhappy. But being an alpha male, you like to take control of, your situation, especially you like to take control of your situation. And when you can't take control of your situation, it's very hard for an alpha male to be in a position where he doesn't have some sort of control. And that was my problem. And looking back, I didn't know it then, but looking back on it, that was my issue. And so now, man, Joey Winters from Jackson, live in Byron. Now I was looking at you, saw saw that truck in Madison. Was like, wow, he from here. What's going on, Joey Winters? What's up, man? You from Byron? Okay. Hey, how old are you, man? That's how you feeling now. This night shift is not for me, but until then, I'm gonna do what I have to do. Yeah, man. Necessary means to an end, man. A means to an end. 050. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do, so you can start doing what you want to do, man. 33, born and raised in Jackson. Verdant edition. Oh man, I was on when I was on the police department, man. I went through there many a nights, man. Verdant edition, man. So what school did you go to? Did you go to Lanier for high school? Lanier or where else? Maybe Callaway. Callaway. I see you, big dog. I see you, man. Yeah, I'm from Jackson, man. I was I grew up in Jackson. Ashton, what you doing, little buddy? Hey, bring me a water, please. Appreciate you, Joey. All right. Yeah, man. But like I said, man, that's the first thing, you know. He'll get a whooping. That's what's gonna happen. I see you, Patrick. Right. I see you, 050. Yeah, man. That's what it's all about, man. Yeah, I was on JPD 9 years. I was there from. I started there in 2002. So you probably in 2002. Where were you? Probably was in what, high school? Yeah, that steamer does make it work faster because the no, I don't have a website, Danny. That steamer does make it work faster. What the steamer does is just it allows you not to it allows you not to you don't have to use as much elbow grease. That heat just softens everything up and it just wipes right off. Well, there's a lot of variables in setting your pricing, Chris. You gotta look at what your competitors are charging, what type of services you're gonna be offering. Um, your overhead, your overhead, your supplies, your chemicals, everything, man. That takes into effect. But the easiest way to find out your pricing is try to see what your competitors are charging and what is the going price in your market. Oh yeah, that air compressor makes things so much easier, man. Sometimes when you got a vehicle that don't have a lot of trash in, it, especially a new vehicle, you don't. Sometimes you don't even have to pull out your vacuum. You just blow everything out. For the winter months, uh, most people are gonna think that you're shut down for the winter. So uh, emailing your contact list, letting them know that you'll still be working if it's over a certain temperature. Uh, then you can also run specials. Um, like for my lawn care, I ask my clients, do they want me to continue to come during the off season for to clean up leaves and stuff like that, and that'll keep a little change in your pocket. But things are going to slow down. It's not going to be the same way it is uh, in the in the warmer months. Uh, Me personally, LLC, I was INC is incorporated, but LLC is that's what I got. PSI. Mine is an 8 gallon. I think it goes over like I think somewhere in 150 PSI, something like that. But it's a Husky 8 gallon air compressor. I don't. I'm not sure of the PSI. I think it's 150 something or 160. Yeah, Patrick. But yeah, you're right. That's a good way of looking at it. But the thing is that some people think that you're not working, so you have to let them know that you're working in the winter. But sometimes it can be if it's freezing, you're gonna have water to freeze up. You may not be able to fill up your tank, or if you got tank in your water, water in your tank, it may freeze up as well. So those are things that you'll have to deal with in the wintertime. You can do things like buy you a heater, layer up with Under Armour and what's that, thermal underwear and stuff like that. Use brushes or mops, long handled mops and stuff, so you don't have to actually stick your hand in the water. Uh, but trust me, you'll get real creative, man, if you want to get out there in the cold. Cause trust me, when your feet get wet and your hands get wet, trust me, you're gonna want to quit. Limited Liability Corporation. Yeah, that's plenty of pressure. Nah, you didn't miss anything, totally. What's going on? Yeah, Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, it's more than a few there, man. It's more than a few. It's more than a few there, man. But yeah, some people laughed. They was like, "What?" You know. But I'm actually like my second or third year. I was making making way more than I was making at JPD. And the thing is that it's not like I said, find out who you are, be happy with yourself, and you won't care what other people think. You won't care, and that's the thing. Danny, just tell him. You could just say your overhead has risen. You know, your insurance went up, gas prices went up, anything, or you could just tell them, hey, my prices are going up to cover cost, to cover expenses. My prices are going up. That's all you got to say. Sometimes you ain't got to say that. Just tell them your price going up. Some of them that you've been with for a while, that's been with you for a while, may ask you why, and you can just say, my expenses have gone up, and I need to go up on my prices to cover added expenses. Exactly. Corporation protects your personal assets. So if you get sued, they can only if you work in if you do something, if you're liable for something while you're doing business under that name, if you ever get sued, they can only sue the company's assets, not your personal assets. If you do sole proprietorship, if you ever get sued, they can sue you for your house, everything. And that's what happened. Like if you don't have the money to cover it, they'll take it out of your house. You may have to take more, seek legal representation to keep your house and stuff like that. It can get real crazy. Oh yeah, totally. I watched your video today, man. I like that. That was a nice video, man. Your kids are funny, man. I like to see that. Family man. Yes, you said it, Big Z. Get one of those torpedo heaters, those rocket type heaters. That you will be so happy if you get one of those things. Those things will keep you warm. I was about to say that, but I got distracted. Appreciate that, Big Z. Right. I see you, James, man. I see you, man. Glad that you was inspired. What happened if the company has no assets? Then they'll just I don't know, man. That you're going way deep into it. I don't know what happens, but I don't know what happens, man. I've never been sued. I don't know anybody that's ever been company has been sued, so I don't know. Okay, oh 05 out, I see. Those heaters are about I think anywhere from like 150 to 200 or something like that. Cause actually I'm finna go pick me up one. What is the SEMA show? I didn't go to that. What is that? I see you, Martin Charles. What's up? SEMA show. I don't know what that is. Well, but if they file a judgment against you, you have to pay that money. But I I've heard of companies like filing bankruptcy, changing the company name, doing all kind of stuff to avoid paying. I've seen them do that, but like, don't quote me on everything because I'm not totally sure. Oh yeah, Uncle Cam will. They will garnish your wages. They'll take that and they will go and take it out your bank account. They sure will. SEMA is a car show in Vegas. Mm. All right, now see you, big dog. All right, Big Z. Okay, yeah, I've heard of that, Tolies. Oh, okay. No, I've never been. I've never been to SEMA. I vaguely remember hearing that name. Yes, KG. Yeah, I use my wet vac. Yeah, my wet and dry vac to suck up water. Yep. Uh, I don't think Sportis has done a live chat, but I think he'll be doing one in the near future. I think he'll be doing one in the near future. We've talked about it. Yeah, I'm always sleepy, man. I don't really get no real sleep till Saturday nights. It's when I get real good sleep. Saturday nights, Sunday nights. Um, yeah, I start my day, Patrick. I start my day probably. Well, I'm up at 5 in the morning, but I don't really start my day till 7. But I'm up between 5:30 and 6:15. I'm up. Okay, I see you, Joey. Okay, I'll check you guys out. All right, Randy. I see you, big dog. All right, I see you, Joey. What's going on, TJ Kite? What's going on, TJ Kite? What's going on, TJ Kite? What's going on, Oh, I'm just chilling. Not too much going on, TJ. Yeah, it's the same price, man. I mean, that's your price for the vehicle. Just your prices are based on if the vehicles have normal, normal dirt, normal everyday type of dirt. But if it's filthy, you got to charge more. Nah, I'm not selling it. I'm not gonna sell it, Chris. Oh yeah, trust me. If you want to do something, man, if you want to do something, man, you gonna figure it out because you want to do it. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stop you. If you really want to do something, you're gonna make it happen, man. Yeah, man. That's how it is, man. Anything I ever wanted to do, whether I had a lot of knowledge on it or a little knowledge on it, I always figured out because I was eager to learn about it. So when you really want to do something, man, you're going to be open. You're going to be open to everything. You're going to be open to any and everything. And if someone says they want to do something, and like I had a friend of mine tell me that he wanted to get into the business, and I told him, man, we were just talking, and I was like, yeah, man, because some days you can have a lot of cars. You want to get up. You want to get up early. You want to get started by 7. And when I said that, he was like, man, I ain't getting up at no 7, man. Shoot. I said, oh, okay. Well, what time you talking about? I'm thinking he's going to say 9 or, like banking hours. He was like, oh, no, man, I ain't getting up to 12, 1 o'clock. I'm like, and I just thought to myself, he don't want to do anything, man. If you got limitations, if you really want to do something, but you got limitations on it, you really don't want to do it. All right. All right, Danny, I see you, big dog. Well, um, Patrick, I'm gonna say this. People perspectives are are shaped, or their point of view are skewed because of experiences and what they were taught and how they were raised. So, for years I thought that. For years I thought that, you had to go to college, get a good job, go to college to get a good job, and then you're going to be successful. My dad was a college professor. My dad was about education, education, education. That's how he was. And that's all he pushed on us is education, education, education. If you told him about a dream, he wasn't trying to hear it. If you told him you're trying to start a business, he wasn't trying to hear it. But that's all he knew. So you can't really fault them from telling you what they know. That's all they know. Um, that's all they know. So I mean, or they just sometimes they think they're telling you the best thing for you, but it's hard for someone to tell you the best thing for you. Like I said, perspective. Perspective just generally means point of view. Your point of view, your vision. They can't, no one can look through your eyes. Me and you can be looking at the same thing, and we both gonna look at the same thing differently. So no one can tell you what you need to do. That's for you to decide. I think you should keep doing what you're doing. And don't let anybody tell you that you don't need to do what you want to do. Because trust me, if you go do, you know, what others tell you to do to please them, you're going to be unhappy. When you get older, you're going to be unhappy. And you probably won't remember why. You'll just be going through the motions. And you probably won't remember that I'm not happy because I didn't do. Some people don't even know why they're mad. And I was like that for years. I didn't know why I was mad, but it was because I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And I didn't take the time to get to know myself. And then once I get to know myself, being happy with that. Like, if this the way I am I happy with that? Because sometimes you can be a certain way. Am I happy about that? Am I okay with that? And then, if it's not, then you need to, make those corrections. Exactly. By noon, but then again, noontime, that's the hottest time of the day. That's when it starts getting hot. At least you can get most of your work done before it start getting blazing hot. It doesn't matter if they're right. It's what you want to do. Listen, you can trust me. If that's what you want to do, you can make it happen, man. See, your grandma's telling you that she can't go to school and wash cars at the same time. That's basically what she's telling you because she couldn't do it. She's saying, well, I couldn't do it, so he couldn't do it. You know, I mean, I know you want to listen to your grandma. You don't want to disobey your grandma, but when you become a man, you can't. You got to become a man, and a man makes his own decisions. A man makes his own decisions. So, I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you might be in a position where you can't move like that yet. But you know, if they're forcing you to make a decision, or else, I understand if you have to do what they say because you're under their roof or whatever it may be. But yeah, but I always had my own mind. So like my dad, he would say stuff like that, but you know, I had my own mind because I knew, I knew that. I mean, I went to school. True enough, I went to school, but I think I wasted some time. My first degree was a bachelor's in criminal justice. I really think, I wasted my time on that. Wow. Yeah, but see, Patrick, it's two ways it's two ways you can do that. Okay, if you go to college, and this is me looking back, it you know, and I wish I could have done it this way. My first degree, I just went to school. My dad was like, school, school, school. I knew I had to go to school. I was still living under my parents' roof. And so my first major was computer science. I just picked it. Like I wasn't on computers every day. We owned a computer, but I didn't understand what computer science was. But I said I like computers. I'm gonna do computer science. I did computer science. Man, my first, I think, computer programming one. Man, that stuff was so difficult. I hated it. So I switched my major to accounting. Went to accounting. Hated it. Switched my major to criminal justice. And I said, this is time I'm wasting. Went to took criminal justice. I like criminal justice, so I stuck with that. But I didn't realize that the jobs that fall under criminal justice, you didn't need that criminal justice degree to get those jobs. So that I feel like that degree was a waste of time. Now, when I went to get my master's, I went in with a different mindset. I went in going to get my master's in business because I was going to run a business. So if you go to school and you're thinking about running a business, maybe you should go to school for business. And that way college won't be a total waste. You'll know exactly how to run your company because you went to school for business. You know, and all this stuff that we're talking about, LLC, incorporated, all that stuff, you'll learn that stuff in business school. And I think people, when they know why they going to school and they have a plan, this is why I'm going, this is why I'm going, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to get out of this. A lot of us just go to school because we expected to. And if you notice when you go to college, there's going to be a lot of people in there undecided. What's your major? Oh, I'm undecided. Like, come on, man. Why are you spending money when you don't even know why you want to be in school? It's crazy, man. I see you, David. What's going on, Andrew Parent? It's an awesome feeling. It is. It is, man. It's like me and Sporties talk about this all the time. It's like I wish I could pay somebody to feel the way I feel for like a week. And then then take it away from them and let them go back to what they were doing. I mean, it's like I actually, I actually got money in my bank account. I can actually, if I want to go buy something, I can just go and buy it. I don't have to say I'm gonna wait to this check or I'm gonna wait to this. I'm gonna wait to that. I just go and buy it. You know. Now, if I'm making like big purchases, like $4 or $5,000, then I'll wait. But just $300 here, $400 here, $500 there. I mean, if I want it, if I need it, I can go get it. I don't have to wait. I mean, even if it's a big purchase, I can still go get it. But it's a wonderful feeling, man. And that's what I'm saying. It starts with you. Everything starts with you from the inside. Everything that you do. And if this ain't right, if your heart ain't right, and if your brain ain't right, ain't nothing you gonna do gonna be right. It's gonna be all screwed up. Oh, I see you, Randy. Appreciate it. Well, I wouldn't take on that many loans without help. I wouldn't even do that to myself. Yeah, I'm more than halfway there, but 100, that's a lot of yards. Yeah, Patrick, if you can afford it and it's not gonna if you can afford it and it's not gonna it's not gonna hold you back. I mean, why not? Yeah, exactly, Tony's. What's going on, Cut Right? All right, Shimmer and Rise. I see you, big dog. Golly, phone bill $240, man. What kind of plan you got? Okay, well that's cool, Patrick. If she don't support it, trust me, when she see how well you doing, you would change her mind, man. You got because like my mom didn't really like when I was doing that. Like when I left the police department and start like she loved to tell people, "Oh, my son's a police officer." She loved that. And then when I started my business, I don't think she really told anybody. So it's funny. One day I stopped by my mom's house. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was off that day, but I stopped by there. I was talking to her, and then she told me, "When are you going to get a job?" And I said, "Mom, get a job for what?" And I said, "Mom, I make more money than any job will pay me starting out right now. With my qualifications, I make more money." And I was still in my master's program. So I said, with my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, I'll make way more money than I make right now. I make way more money than than I'll make anywhere. And she was like, okay, you know. And I said, okay. So she looked at me like she didn't believe me. So I said, okay. So I just so happened it was around tax season. I still had my tax paperwork in my truck. I go to my truck, get my tax papers, and I show her my income. She couldn't believe it. She said, "You made all this washing cars and mowing grass?" I said, "Yep." And she was like, "Wow." So now she's like, "Oh, my son owns his own business." So sometimes you can change their minds. You just have to show them because some people believe in what they believe in, and if they don't see it, it ain't true. I mean, everybody else can be successful business owners, but it's like it's not for me and my people. And that's how she can be thinking right now. But if you be successful at it, and at your young age, I mean, you got so much room for error, man. Like you can, mistakes are not gonna destroy you at this age. You still got a long time to recover, man. So I mean, you ahead of the game, man. I think you should get out there and do it. Yeah, Andrew Pan. That's what now she said she likes to say I'm a business owner, but back then that's just people perspective, you know. Like my mom never owned her own business, my dad never owned his own business, so they think owning businesses for other people. That's a successful business owner. That's a successful business owner, but they think it costs a lot of money to run your own business. They think that you have to just be some special type person. And so, but when you show them that you can do it, she doesn't say that anymore. She doesn't say when you're going to get a job. I mean, she's happy, so oh yeah, she tell people now. What's going on? What's going on, E Grizzle? Exactly. Yeah, man, but I mean, you got to just look at the times. Look at the times that your grandmother grew up in. Look, her age. So her perspective is going to be totally different from yours. So it's there's no need for you to even have that conversation with her anymore because y'all not gonna see eye to eye. You have to take action. You have to take action, man. You know, to let them say whatever they want to say. Like I said, you have to find out who you are, be comfortable with who you are, be comfortable with your decision. Because, you know, my mom could come in right now and say, you know, can say that can say whatever she want to say about my business, and it's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna, you know, like I said, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing that you can say that had already been said to me before. You know, there's nothing you can do or say that's gonna make me miserable or make me unhappy. There's not. There's none that's gonna make me, you know, upset. So, you know, because I've already took the time out to know who I am. So if someone says something about me or something to me, it don't bother me because most of the time they're wrong. And if they're right, I'm already okay with that. Or I'm working on changing that. So it don't bother me. It's just how it is, man. Exactly. Exactly. Wow. 4 cars in 2 hours, man. Wow. What's going on, Viz? I see you. Yeah, but still, man. 4 cars in 2 hours. That's dope. Yeah, appreciate it, Andrew. I see you. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I got a group wash tomorrow. I got 5 at one location and possibly one at another location. So I'm gonna hydrate myself, man. I've been Now I've been pretty good with my water, man, but for the last 24 hours, I haven't been drinking a lot of water. So I'm gonna drink maybe another bottle before I go to bed. Wake up in the morning, and hydrate, man, cause I don't want to cramp up tomorrow. Got five. I got like five at one location, possibly one at another one. Altogether, I probably maybe do 8 tomorrow, or I may do 5 tomorrow and 3 Friday. So yeah, man. I see you, Toadies, man. I appreciate you, guy, man. No, I ain't messing with no vodka, man. Not when I got to get up and work, so I'm gonna have to hydrate, man. But I see you guys in the future, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by, man. Appreciate all the support, man. And also, man, another thing I want to say is if you ever get to the point where you feel like I might go live, I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna make no promises because I don't know what tomorrow's gonna be like. But I want to say this, man, before we go. If you ever get to a point, man, where you feel like things are not going well or you're not where you want to be, and that's okay. But this is what you do to keep yourself motivated. I keep records. My records are my YouTube videos. I also keep records of my numbers. How much I made year 1, year 2, year 3, and so on and so on. I always go back. I said, what was I making? How much did I make around this time 2 years ago? And I go look at it. And then I compare it till now, and you'll see a big difference. Or, I'll go back and look at some old YouTube videos and I'll watch those videos and I can remember making those videos and I can remember what, my mindset, or I can remember what I was talking about in that video, and I'll be like, wow, I've came a long way. I came a long way from this point to that point. So, man, that's something that you probably want to, you guys want to do if you ever get to the point where you feel like things are not going well or things are slowed down, or, and, sometimes take time off to reevaluate yourself, man. Yeah, QuickBooks. Yeah, I don't even use QuickBooks, man. I need to start because I'm doing everything manually. I put my stuff in a spreadsheet. Okay, I see you, David Cologne. I see you, Joey. Okay. Group washes for cars. And these are just washes. These are not details or anything. They just, wash the vehicle inside and out, vacuum. Cars are 30. Trucks, mid-size to large trucks are 45. And large SUVs are 55 and up. They're just washes, in and out. I mean, not 55, 65 and up. So I'll catch you guys. I'll talk to you guys later, man.